Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Tommy, Mark, good to see you. Justin, as always, Tip, hello. So, kind of feel like shit. No, I actually feel a little better today. I went golfing yesterday. Ever since about a week ago, I went to the doctor. He changed my medication. And the last few nights, it was a lot better last night, but still a lot better this morning. My breathing. So I changed it back and I feel a lot better. So I left a message for him, letting him know that I did it. But yeah, so um, so I when I got back, I was going to need to rush to get the trailer hooked up and do it. I said, you know what, F it, I'm not going. So I'm just relaxed and rested, and I'm going to put together. I bought a little 20-gallon aquarium that had a divider in it, going to be like two separate little 10 gallons. And I think I told you guys when I was a kid, like 9, 10 years old, I was raising guppies. So I've got pretty much everything to get it going. I'm going to go over. I got to get koi food this morning anyway. And I'm going to get a couple of guppies, and I'm going to actually use some of the media from the pond to jumpstart the tanks and stuff. And raise them. They're live bears. They bear live babies. And from what I remember, I don't know. Maybe I'm going through a second childhood, but wow, what the heck? Hey, Easy, how you doing? Hello. So I'm going to do that today. I'm not, and then just rest. I'm going to be sitting in the garage, fooling with it, not doing too much. A little cleanup in the garage I have to do. But it was going to be too much. So I'm going to schedule it again, and I still got to try to figure out what I'm going to do between now and the end of the year. I still want to go in January. I think I've got a hotel booked. I just got to check on some dates and stuff in Pattaya to go see Cabo and spend 3 or 4 days. I think I booked there. Excuse me. And yeah, so I don't. I said I felt like shit. I feel actually 100% better this morning. Golfed like crap, but had a hell of a time. And then actually, Andrew went and played 9 more. I thought I would need to get home, rush, and put everything together. If I would have known that I was going to blow it off, I probably wouldn't have stayed anyway. I wasn't feeling all that great. So yeah, so it should be. I did start um, a koi channel. What did I call it? I forget the name of it now. I have to go look. Koi Thai style. No, koi Thai style. Yeah, KOI Thai THAI style. And I think I'm the only subscriber from Got to Love Thailand. So if you guys would go over and give me a couple of subscribers, if you can find it. I don't shouldn't be. It's all one word too. Um, but yeah, I figured I put a little video on there. I had excuse me. I had some video of Ubon Mud Pond. Man, let me try to drink this. Otherwise, I'm going to sip a Coke. And put a little music to it just to put something up there. And it's only 4 minute long video. But I figured I'd start putting some stuff on there just for people. I know that some of the diehards and you guys that are awesome that always come will probably watch it just because. But maybe I'll get some people in the area that want to raise koi. I just think it's with the weather that we have here. Like I said before, it's a good hobby when you're coming here to give you something to do. Actually, if you build it normally, there's a lot to do that you've got to take care of. If you're lazy like me and you have a little extra money, you can put in drum filters and stuff like that to make it a little bit easier. But you don't have that, that you don't kill as many koi here than you would in someplace that has big season changes. Let's see. Jay says I'll be back January, February. What's Mark not complaining about? It's been good work, in 18 degrees. Are you back to work? Did you move back in between, or what are you doing? Are you just taking on work just to take on work? Or you don't have to answer me as normal. uh, you go, oh wait, you put it here. You go back in mid-January. So you're still obviously working on and off back in Australia, right? Um, did it pop right up? Okay, cool. I got to change some pictures. The background one will probably have the same, but I got to get for the round deal. I want to get some close-ups in the pond today. I just did that this morning on a whim. It's that's off Got to Love Thailand's channel. Just you can have, I think, more than one. Obviously, I did it, so you can have more than one. Thanks, Tommy. So probably have 2 subscribers now. But yeah, well, hopefully, let's see. I'm in Thailand and working from here. So you're doing what you were doing before, but instead of retiring, you're just going to do this until you're dead, right? Till you can no longer travel or walk. Is that? And I'm just screwing with you, brother. Hopefully, everything is going well for you. Let's see. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. This one I put in it's off of Got to Love Thailand. I still haven't found trailer trash, but I figured I'd try to get it up because, like I said, it's kind of a cool hobby, and I think you really need something. I think Chuck was talking about it 2 or 3 times in the past couple of months since he's gotten heavy into golfing. Is you almost need something here, and it's kind of like I said, man. If you can get nothing brings my blood pressure, and I could be in a bad mood or anything, but sitting next to the pond here and listening to the water and stuff like that, it does me well, and it isn't. You don't have to go extravagant. I mean, you can build the filters effective. Brit is the Brit Koi Keeper is watching. He built, like I have for many, many years, 55-gallon drums, and you can build all your own stuff for, I mean, very little. I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't take a crap load of money to get into the hobby. And you can build a pond with a liner, it's just, you don't have to spend a bunch of dough, and it's satisfying. Yeah, you have to check it out. Correct, but contract ends in February now. Yeah, I've heard that before. You won't extend until they ask you again. I understand though, man. It's got to be, and you're fairly mobile and still can work and do. I couldn't do it, but it's hard to walk away from money, right? When they dangle that shit in front of you. Yeah, see, Tommy said the same thing. But like, hey, whatever makes you happy, brother. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You definitely need to occupy your time. Yeah, exactly. I think so. I think you do. And golfing is fun. I had I went twice now in the last 3 times in the last 25 years, and still crappy. I want to take lessons, and before I think I'm going to go and play again with Andrew, I'm going to go take a couple of lessons. It's really weird. I know what I need to do, and I don't do it. And I need somebody to actually stop. Do this. Give me some kind of guidance on what I need to do. I don't need to be the best golfer in the world, but the way I'm playing, it's just shit, and I don't like being shit at anything. I don't mind being okay, especially at 69 years old. But if you have that, something that you can do at the house, like I said, with the ponds and the little stuff you can do, it fills me out. I could stay here besides jonesing and wanting to go to the ocean. I could occupy my time between golfing, and I want to build another one over here. I haven't informed my wife about that yet. This is going to be probably a big one, probably twice the size of this one on 12,000 gallons, 12,000. and that'll probably be the last one that I build in my lifetime. Build it state of the art, easy maintenance. The biggest thing when you get into it and is, it can occupy too much time, if you're working. But I think if you're retired, even if it's a high maintenance pond, you can still manage. Again, it isn't as like having like I got cameras, I got controllers that are on the web or the internet, so I can look at what the pH is. I can look at the camera like I'm looking at right now. Are the fish floating belly up? So I guess what I'm saying, it's not like having a dog or a cat or something like that you can't leave for a week or whatever, and you couldn't just leave your dog there. So luckily I still have my in-laws and stuff like that. So in case there, excuse me, in case there was a major catastrophe, they would at least let me know. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just try to slow things down, make some trips in the trailer, finish the kayak deal, get done with that, finish the e-bike trailer, and then I think the thing that's going down towards Mark's area, and Jake had helped me out with giving me areas right there, and I looked at it on Google, on Google, whatever. It looks perfect. Now, are there any fish there? According to what I've read and stuff, yeah, there are fish there. And they do have the little crabs that I told you that we use for bait in California, the sand crabs or sand fleas. And I think it would be cool, go down there on a Monday and basically fish Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, come back on a Friday, do it in the, in my budget now that I have, and still be able to do that maybe once a month. I think it would be fun. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So anyway, so I do feel better, and I'm sure it was the medication. They cut out half of my water deal, so I felt like I didn't. Last night and the night before were not good. I wasn't to the point where I'm going, I got to go to the doctor. I know when that point is, but it was not comfortable. So we'll see what it's like tonight. Yeah, very small. Yeah, I think so too. But they have some areas that I've seen over there. Like if you put in surf fishing or shore fishing Rayong, a bunch of them come up. They got little jetties and stuff and rock areas that they're catching rockfish off. Now, I don't know if I could fish that because, I like when I golf, I got to golf with my thongs. I take my thongs off and I golf barefooted because I can't really put shoes on because it's aggravating. My feet are numb, and so walking is not, being stable and walking isn't the greatest. But I have seen them catch some nice, grouper and rockfish, and stuff like that off of there. But I don't care. As long as I'm throwing it out there, I've got a shade over me. I've got a fan. I got my battery bank blowing, powering the fan, blowing it on me. If I want to make a coffee, I've got the stuff to make a coffee in that trailer, or cook a deal full of noodles or whatever. And I got a little ice chest. I got something to drink. Maybe I'll start drinking alcohol. Nah, that won't happen. But, just to have fun. It's fishing, it's not catching. So I enjoy fishing. So, but I'll have to check it out. But the places that he showed me, Jake, there was a stretch of beach there, and there's a lot of it there that I could get out on the e-bike, pulling the trailer. So I've got some things that I can do around here and not rush into it. And I'm just going to kind of slow down a little bit. I know I talked about heading to Craig's, but all of a sudden it's like the 3rd now or whatever of December, right? My friends are coming the 2nd of January. It's just stuff is just going to, all of a sudden it's going to, it's going to ball. So I think I'm going to wait and do the traveling after I go to John, to try to see Cabo. And I'm looking like the 2nd week of January. And I did look at a hotel, and I actually booked it because I have, I can, it wasn't any money up front. It wasn't anything I could cancel up until like the end of December. So there's Jake. So, But he gave me a couple places that he had stayed, and it's absolutely perfect. It's like either right in a block from the water, and I could just perfectly just hook up the trailer, get jump on the e-bike and go down, and I could travel up and down the beach there and find some areas that maybe secluded. That's all okay. I don't want to be around a bunch of people. First of all, I'm fishing. I don't want them, if they're swimming, I don't want to impede on them or have them impede on me. So, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be a place to try. There's a lot of fishing here, and there's a lot of fishing in Ko Chang. That's where I first started thinking, well, there's got to be stuff, right there off of Trat and all that area. There's got to be places, and just find some. It'll be fun. What a night. And I still haven't went, and I still got to do that. It's on my bucket list. I've never been on any of the walking streets or anything in any of the bars, or I want to visit. I can only see what I see on YouTube, I want to see it first thing. And I had one chance to go with Jake and I think James, and when we had that meetup thing there, and me and Mitch both went to sleep. But I want to at least see it once before I die. But the place that he had given me, which is right there in Bachang or whatever it's called there, what area there, which has got to be really close to you, Mark. So he's out in the front with the gals. We have no puppies left. They're all gone. All of them are sold. So we have 3 still here. Well, actually, the 2 of the black boys that are here are going to family. And then the one that's bear colored, who's an awesome dog. Somebody's getting a great deal. It's almost like Caesar, great temperament and everything. They're going to come pick him up. They were supposed to come on Monday or something, and they had somebody in the family passed away. So they're going to come on Saturday and pick him up. So he's been staying out there with the girls and running around with them. And dinner got beat up by him and bit. And she's been in the back here. She's usually in here, but now it's been a week and a half since she got bloodied up. In fact, got the peroxide and all the stuff that I used to fix her up still on the edge of the table here. And she's starting to get back into it. She's the one that, I keep threatening to do a video about, because he's just an amazing dog. So over 2 years, almost 3 years, she was paralyzed. And she's been walking. Now she can run and everything else, maybe the past 4 or 5 months. She's just an amazing dog. Would have been me, something. Dad's me. Yeah, I think so. You guys all went that next night or something, or that night, or can't remember. But next door to Prime. But yeah, so I want to check that out. So I'm going to be coming that way. So I'll probably, when I'm coming that way, I'll probably leave you. I don't know if you'll be here then. Are you going to be here, Mark, when like the second week of January, or are you going to be back in working in Australia? What's up with the shirt? It's a koi fish. It was just something that I had. It was actually what I wore yesterday. I didn't take a shower this morning. I slept in, and I just slipped this on, and threw water on my face. I got to go to 7 and get some. I'm out of razors, so I figured I'll just wear a half dirty shirt. Hey, brother, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Hope you're well. But I got a bunch of these. They're that light material. The only thing is, first I think I started out with a 6 or a 5. This is a 4, and it's too big. So I asked my wife to get me a 3 yesterday or a couple of days ago, and she said they go from 2 to 4. So I said, well, give me a 2 and let me see if I can fit my fat ass in that. I have no idea what I weigh. I haven't weighed myself. I need to. It's been over a week. I don't like to weigh myself more than once a week, and it's been like twice a month, which I like it better. There's no big surprises. You don't get depressed or whatever, and I don't, because my whole thing on this was losing it as fast as I had gained it. I gained it back from when I was sick 4 years, so I just want to get back and let my heart have a freaking break from hauling around, because right now it's hauling around over 23, probably 25 pounds, and because I'm guessing I'm in the, like I said, in the single number 108, 9, 10, 108, 9 single digit deals. So, and I think, like I said, I think I'm going to want to be like about 98 or something. So we'll see. There's Andrew. I was telling him about it. I haven't felt good. I put my medications back, and now I feel a lot better. I'm not going because I invited Andrew to come over to Surin Reservoir. I just got back here, and I was, I was breathing deal, and it was, I think, because of the he had cut way back on my water pill, and I think he did it too much too fast, and he cut over half of it out. And I went back on it, and I still was uncomfortable last night, but this morning, like right now, and I take mine, I feel pretty good. But I'm still not. Maybe I'll go next week. I don't know, but I'll let you know. But I was saying I want to take, like I said last time, I want to take a couple of golf lessons before I golf again. How'd you do on the second 9? Andrew golfed pretty good yesterday. They put up the new channel. Maybe you can put it up on here. Oh yeah, I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to do that crap. You think I should? It's all one word. Koi Thai, Thai style, all one word. And I was telling earlier. Thanks, Tommy. If you guys would, I think I've got 2. I'm 1 subscriber. Tommy, I think, was number 2, and I think I'm going to do a little koi thing, because today I'm going to get some stuff for the little guppy tank that I'm going to set up in there. So I think instead of boring everybody here, I'll start pumping it onto this koi channel. That way, people that really want to get into it, we can do it there. Hey Kenny, how you doing? Morning. Let's see. I stopped. Yeah, it's going to be hot, right? I thought it was supposed to be cooling down, and I look on my deal here, and it's actually 31s and stuff. It was 30, and then it's and 20, 21, still cooler in the morning, and then say like on Monday it's dropping down to 28, 26. But yeah, it was starting to get to me a little bit too. But something was off. Whatever he changed in that, I changed back, and now I left him a message. And I think I did too much. So I'm going to cut back on the stuff a little bit slower, he said. So we'll see. Post the channel link. Yeah, I know who'll do it. Jake will figure it out. Me, because I'm on StreamYard, and if I try going over and doing it through, I don't think I can. I could, but I have to leave the channel. 27 here in the Seaver. That's comfortable. It's my time of year, like I said, here normally. We'll get down. Like I said, I think the coldest morning we had here was like 12 or 13. It was a week ago or something. But there have been 11 in the past, stuff like that. That's a little on the chilly side. Like I said, I had to wear a hoodie when we went to 2 years ago when I went with Maui to Koh Chang and then to Thanksgiving in Pattaya. Wow, really? 34? Yeah, I ain't going outside. I'm staying in the garage with the guppy tanks. I got to go over and get some guppies, get some stuff for the tank, put it all together, and I'll use some of the bacteria and stuff out of my ponds to kickstart it so I don't kill the fish. And I'm only going to get 2 breeding pairs, maybe 1 or 2 males and 3 females on each side, and then start branch from there. They'll go quick. I'll have a bunch of them before I know it. I'll just bring them back to the guy in there. I'm not even going to probably try. People want them or something like Kenny. wants to put some in his outside one, something like that, I'll just give them away, or I'll give them back to the store over there. But I am going to take because I think I had told Britt that I would take some pictures because they have some outstanding pricing on some good Japanese stock. They were all Japanese fish bred, I believe, here in Thailand, but the fish are very good quality, and for the price, they're a buy. So I'll probably take a little bit of video when I go over there this afternoon too. 49 Fahrenheit here. Wow, going down to 38. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's called all one word, KOI Thai THAI style, all one word, Koi Thai style, and it should come up. Tommy said it came up real quick as soon as he put it in. Yeah, you sent me that picture. I was jealous, man. It looked like. Did you catch any fish or no? Or did not try? Tip says it's 25. That's good. I don't know what it is here now. I didn't look at that. Come on. It's 25 here also. 25, it looks like it says sun all day. My solar's dropped off because we've had some cloudy weather. As it shows here, it shows cloudy, sunshine today, cloudy Thursday, Friday, and partially cloudy on Saturday. And then Sunday for 5 days, it looks like more sunny. So we're just getting into it. But I'm pretty happy with what I've seen so far on the solar. Yeah, I'm not big on the cold either, man. I had enough of that. There you go. So if you guys would subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. It'll at least give me a couple people anyway. But I still got to do some pictures. I did put up a video. Like I said, I found some old footage of the mud pond in Ubon. Put a little bit of that Koi music to it, that Koi song that I did, and it's only 4 minutes long, just to have something on there. Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. You're awesome. But I didn't eat this morning either, which probably wasn't the greatest choice that I made. Because when you're diabetic wise, you got to have some food pretty, and I didn't. This morning I just didn't feel like it. Now I am. Now I'm hungry, but I'll just wait. I'm not going to make it a long live stream today anyway. Probably maybe, what has it been? It's been 30 minutes, maybe an hour. But yeah, so thank you guys for subbing to the channel. And like I said, you could, jump on there. Maybe I'll do a live stream once in a blue moon. And I'm going to start doing some videos on the Koi because I enjoy doing that. And I enjoy helping people that need help or that want to talk about, Koi. As you guys can see, I do it every once in a while. Yeah, I don't know. When I was just looking at the comment deals here, that when I was up in Bass Lake, it was pretty neat. Did I enjoy it? No, but where I was at, I was right at the snow line. We'd get it maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and maybe 10, 12 inches at the most, usually maybe 3, and then in 2 days it'd be gone. Just long enough that you can walk out and go, ooh, and it's gone. That I liked. A couple of times we got, 2 feet in the 18 years or whatever I was there. But it was kind of neat. And then with my wife, we enjoyed it. We had a big ass, heavy duty, 3-tiered wood stove with a giant fan on it. It was nice when it was nice and cold outside, and just, I had to open the doors in the house if I was cranking the thing, and so it was nice, looking out the window and seeing it, like I said. But it wasn't when I went to Buffalo to help my buddy with the air conditioning thing. That was some miserable shit there, man. I couldn't imagine having to live that way every winter. It was, again, it was an ooh-ah the first time I seen it and stuff moving across, and, it was, it just ain't me. I like the weather here. Yeah. And what it is with when a lot of like my friends that are up in Shasta and stuff like that, the biggest thing for him on his he's got property is when you get that snow and it gets on the trees, and the branches break and the trees break and all sort of. Then after it's done, then you got all this cleanup to do every time. It can be kind of a pain. Like I said, I guess it's got its pluses, and everything in life's got pluses and minuses. But I had to take some pictures of the koi to get that, find out which one I want in that round deal. I got one of just the one from the camera from above on the page going across the back. That's fine. And then add some stuff in there and try to get some people. If I can help some people with koi, that would be awesome. I just got to figure out how I get. Does it notify me if something comes there? I don't know how it works. It's all under the same, like all I did was I went up to the deal where the channel was, and it says switch channels. I switched channels. I clicked on that and it showed, add a channel. Okay. and that's all I did. I'm sure there's a bunch of ways you could do it. I don't know if I did it the right way, but obviously I must have done something right because you guys found it. So, it was easy to do. Same Google account, same phone number. I imagine when it gets monetized or whatever, if it ever gets monetized, it might not. It'll go to my wife's AdSense account. So I don't know, but we'll see. But I do, like I said, I like talking about it. But like even with the stuff that I'm going to do with the guppies today, that's not. I mean, some people aren't going to even here aren't going to be into that, but a koi person might be. Like I know Brick got the betas or whatever, the fighting fish, and my wife tried that too. I told him about that, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. I'll see how much I'm going to really get into it. I don't think I'm going to get into it too much. I might add one tank to house whatever I grow, maybe a little bit bigger one, maybe a 50-gallon tank or something, and then put, a bunch of males in there. They're the good-looking ones. They're the like the peacocks. They're the prettier of the two genders. But put them in there, and then everything else I'll just give back to the guy, and then go there. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, I did, Weed Doctor. I did miss that. That's for sure. I did when I was driving around. I did notice that they have a dispensary, and now I'm trying to think of. Oh, it was on the way, the back way to the golf course, and there was one there. So I might go back by. Maybe I'll go today. Go back by there and see if they have any gummies. Maybe that'll mellow me out a little bit. Try just a little tiny bit because I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't think anybody does. But I know they're trying to. I just don't see how they could stop it now. They could add stuff to it like, you got to have medical or you got to do this and that. But, what's the chances of them enforcing that to 100%? Probably nil and none. The only thing that they're going to enforce out of any of that stuff is in public, that kind of stuff, underage. But I don't think they're going to be knocking doors down and going, "You smoking weed in here?" I just don't think that's going to happen anyway. But there was a lot of people that, not any foreigners too, but Thai people that put a lot of money into opening up dispensaries and opening up grow facilities and stuff like that. And they did it the right way. They got the permits and whatever they needed, the paperwork. Can't just yank that out from them. I mean, you can do anything, right, if you want to, but it just wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be right. But I still want to try the gummy thing. So, and I don't know how long does that once it's in the gummy form. Anybody know? Aaron might know. Does it degrade? Does it need to be in the refrigerator? Because if I like it, I want to buy some and put it in there enough for like, a year so I don't have to be traveling back and forth to the deal. Yeah, most governments, I think, in general do. But I imagine it probably keeps, I would think. Not to see. You keep D9s in the refrigerator. Abbreviations, huh? You lost me, Jake. And it's probably something I should probably know, but I don't know what a D9 is. I don't think it would degrade as long as it's not dried out. Yeah, I would think so if it's in that. I would think. Yeah, I know. I seen some videos just the other day of somebody filming in like the marketplace. I don't know if it was Chuck or somebody else, and they're just vaping away, having a good old time. Sealed so they do not dry out. Okay, so if they're sealed, oxygen. Okay, so as long as they're in an airtight container, they can be refrigerated for at least as long as I just don't want to be running back and forth, back and forth. If I like it and it works, it's probably only going to take a minute amount. I'm sure that my level is going to be way down. Okay. That must be something new. I never heard of that. or I never, it could be old. I just never heard of it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really do want to try it because I don't have any vices pretty much anymore. Eating was one of them. I pretty much cut that back. Smoking was one of them. Drinking was one of them. All my vices, at least the bad ones, I've kind of phased out. And I don't think this would be a bad thing. As long as it didn't make me paranoid and it just kind of relaxed me, I don't see how it would hurt me. So what is Mark said many things for sale and potato. That's true. That's true. There are bars that you walk into and float out. Is that what it is? Yeah, I it's really weird. Like, I haven't experienced that. I gotta try. Did you answer me when I said before? Are you gonna be here the middle of January, or are you gonna be in Australia? Build a tolerance over time. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you do that with anything, right? But I've never been. I went to the only bar per se that was kind of sort of a bar like that was when I met Rob at the White Horse Deal in Kemela twice. That was it. That was my experience with going anything that was close to a bar. Let's see. What's this? Sometimes has a hard time sleeping. Yeah, that's in chocolate bacon cracker. Yeah, Australia between. Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably miss you then. I'll catch you one time when you're there. It was the White Horse like horsey, or whatever the hell sound is. Yeah, it was the one that he met everybody at that he went to for a long time. I don't even know if he still goes there. But yeah, my one buddy that passed that I told him, that was a friend of mine that I was in the air conditioning business with, that we grew up together, but he was full blown, man. He just got really, really, really bad. And the doctors basically told him, you're going to die. But he couldn't sleep, and he used to smoke, which is the worst thing to do with it. Same thing at night, boom, boom, and go to sleep. And when they told him the first time, they told him all your organs will heal themselves. You will be back to it. You just got to stop drinking. And he goes, I don't know if you think I'm kidding with you, but if you don't, you're going to die. And sure enough, the next time he went in bleeding out of every orifice, he died. But when I talked to him, I said, George, just get into the weed, man. Edibles, everything. Just douse yourself. Oh, I sure like my wine. And I'm going, man. But the same thing I was thinking with myself. Somebody told me at one point at the end of my life that if I didn't stop smoking, I was going to die. I'd probably go, well, I've been doing it since I was 11. So be it, So I couldn't really hold that again. So I thought it was stupid when it's not you, you know what I mean? That somebody's asking you to stop doing something. But I give people a lot of credit I quit drugs, and that was hard to do. But alcohol, man, and cigarettes was my heroin. I short of having triple or double pneumonia, having a tube down my throat for 2 months in intensive care. That's the only way that I stopped smoking. Because when I get out, I really didn't want a cigarette until later. And then when I started thinking about it and talked to my wife, said, if you smoke, you will die. I said, yeah, you're probably right. And now it's been, what's it been, 4 years? Over 4 years, I guess. And occasionally, but not as bad as I thought I would be, jonesing, like people light up, oh, sorry, around me. I said, it doesn't bother me to smell. It's not like, oh, I got to have it now. I don't know. But like at one point in my life, I figured I'm just going to die, with a cigarette in my hand. But I didn't have to, so I got lucky. Where's your money? Yeah, I mean, it's hardest thing in the world. I give anybody credit that can kick, especially alcohol. My father-in-law, I guess he was a drinker. My stepdad was, and he quit. But it's a big deal. I know, like a lot of people that are like 25 years sober and shit like that. Man, it's not. Well, see, my whole life I thought that in order to have a good time when you went out, you had to get high, or drink. Or drink. That isn't the truth. Your life and the way that you make it is the way you make it. And you don't have to be, a complete fall down drunk to have a good time with people outside. In fact, with me, a lot of the times it was a bad thing. It made things worse with me drinking. So, I don't know. They said it would stunt your growth. Well, see, it didn't affect you. You're right. Yeah, I mean, I give people a lot of credit for that. Also, one thing I wanted to talk about is my 90 day. Over the weekend, it was due on the 9th. They notify me now. It is so simple to do. It literally, once you know how to do it, and I've got a sheet that shows everything in there. It's like 8 lines of stuff: your name, your passport number, when you came in, your whatever TM, whatever, if you had that. I didn't have one the last time I came in. Your address, who the house is to, their phone number, your name, and you're done. And these people, you hear some stuff about immigration and crap like that. When I showed this to my wife last night, she goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, you put my name on the deal." I said, "Yeah, you're the one on the book in the house where I live." And she goes, the lady from there called me and said, "I just wanted to let Dave know that this one is February 20th. His visa is due on the 17th or something, so he does not need to do. He will get it when he comes in to do his visa." They did that they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to call her up and, make sure that I knew that when I come in for the visa, that'll do my 90 day and everything. So you won't have to worry about it till, 3 months after that. So when, like I said, here in Thailand, you hear horror stories about stuff. Usually the horror stories that you hear are assholes that are there and just cannot stand. They're still living in America and want to yell and scream and jump up and down. And, here you are retired, you have to spend, even if you have to spend 2 days, right? And $60, 1,900 baht, and you get to stay for a year. Shut up, you know. But they will, and I think it's great because when I've seen it a couple of times that I've seen it, once with a French guy was out of control, and um, they're just looking at him shake, you know, and his wife or girlfriend, she spoke some French. I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and they're just smiling, and I'm going. They're just thinking to themselves, we are not going to give you anything. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, get up, go away, go away. You know, just be cordial. Take your hat off. You know, be respectful. You know, don't raise your voice, and they'll give you the world. You know, are you going to run into some people that's got a bad attitude? Yeah. Have you ever had a bad attitude? I don't get them that often, but sometimes I'm in a bad mood. Well, if you're working with the people, they're going to, you know, you're going to get somebody like that. Take it as this is only one time, you know, I'll bring you what you need. And the next day you get the same person with the sun shining on them going, oh, I didn't need that. Here you go, you know, on your way. So now you got, you know, a whole year that you spent a day and a half with the immigration. And with that, you know, with the one, and if you've got the money in the bank and you go in there and you live in a place like I do in Surin, you're done in an hour, maybe two with your visa. You're done, you know, because I've been through it so many times. My wife's got everything in the thing, kind of like if you watch Chuck's videos, what Paige has, you know, everything in there. What, you need this paper? You need this paper? Here you go. Here you go. So, you know, it makes it easier the more you get it down. And I think they know me. You know, they know my wife. They know me. It's weird about Thai people. Once they see you, you know, you think I see a Thai person, and I'm lucky if I can remember them if I see them again in a week, you know, and they see somebody 3 years later. Oh, hi, Dave, Mr. Dave. How you doing? You know, it's like, holy shit. You know, so the people are great here. You know, do anybody have a bad day? Sure they do. But just take it with a grain of salt. You're here. They're letting you stay in their country for a year for $60. You know, it just makes me crazy when I see somebody. I want to say something, but I just keep out of it, keep my mouth shut. Unless they were really rude to the person, then I might say, hey, you know, buddy, why don't you go away? But you know, I try not to get involved. Yeah, I mean, they are, and I know Mark's a respectful guy, you know, and most of the people that are on here they're respectful people. They're not assholes. But if you want to be an asshole, yeah, expect problems here in Thailand. Expect them. Yeah, Sisaket. I think all of our areas, pretty much out here in Isan and stuff like that, are very, you know, since they've been building all the new stuff here, especially here in Surin, you know, in Ubon, you know, all these new facilities. It's just real quick. I thought we were going to have to go back to the border. Andrew had told me, which we would have. Now they switched it back to the place that I could throw a rock at, the new facility. Now they do visas too. They brought that back. But it is. I go in there in the morning. I almost go there just to get out of the house to do the 90-day, because just walking in, handing it to them, you know, there's maybe one person in there, you know. So will it get worse and worse and worse? Yeah. As the years go by, I guess, as the more people, you know, come into it. Yeah, I don't, you know, like I said, Jake, if you're an idiot, you know, you're gonna expect problems. But you can expect problems in your life anywhere if you're an asshole. You know, just expect them. Um, yeah, they're great people, man, and they probably remember you now too, because they know me, you know. And a couple of times if I went out, I never asked for stuff, but I don't like giving, you know, any kind of you know, money wise. But I'll say, can I buy you a pizza and this and that, and I will give them the money to do it. But I make sure that they know I want to buy, you know, you a pizza, all you guys, you four. Although she's too young, she can't have a beer, but you guys can have a beer, and give 500 baht or whatever it is, because they do spend time, and they do you know, take care of me every time I've gone there. So I don't know. It's yeah, I bet it could. But like I said, even if you were in BKK and you had to bite your tongue a couple of times, and it took you 3 days to come back and go and do it. The rest of the year's $60, you know. So it's like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, and I did before until I got this. This is so easy, and it gives me. And me being the procrastinator. Oh yeah, I'll go. And like I said, right on. I think is it 15 days before you can do it or something. On that whatever day that is, they send me an email. Now I'm on a thing. I guess I click the box. Your 90-day is up on December 9th. Blah 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 blah. Have a good day. you know and so I get reminded by them, reminded by my phone now, after I had to pay that 2,000 baht fine. um I figured out how to do it, but it isn't that big a deal going there, especially for me. I could actually walk there quicker than you could probably drive there, but I wouldn't walk there because I'm too lazy. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, man, in my beginning of my stuff, I consider it a privilege and an honor to be able to live here, that they let me live here, and for almost nothing. You know, is sometimes, they were talking about, before the pandemic and all that shit came out, they were talking about seriously getting rid of the 90-day. I don't think they really need it. Like I said, they know where I'm at. If I go to a hotel, they report, they take a picture of your, a copy of your passport. That goes to, they have to notify the government wherever you're at. If you leave the country, when your passport, when you come back in, they know where you went. They know when you came back. They know everything. So I don't know. Well, I could understand if they charged for it, like if they made 100 baht or 200 baht every time that they did it. I can understand them doing it, but just to do it, I know they want to know where you are, but they do know where I am. So I don't know. I should probably sleep. Pattaya fireworks show was spectacular this year with crowd. Yeah, I bet you they were. That's why I would never go even close to Pattaya during whenever they have anything like that. I think one year we actually did, but we were on the outskirts and we never went to see them. We watched them from the hotel. But like I said, I did book. I don't know what the name of the hotel was. It looked interesting. I've never been there before. I don't know how far it is from wherever Cabo's staying, but maybe somebody will know. Who you guys might know? Somebody there can. Oh, I'll just try to pull it up here on my phone, and let's see. Agota, mine, Patea. What do I got it here? January 19th to the 24th. Let me see if I can. Oh, let's see. This place here, the Asia Pacific, Asia Pattaya Hotel. Anybody know where that is? Damn light in the back is. Can you guys see it? Anyway, looks like a nice hotel. Got a sea view room and breakfast, and I think it was 1,500 baht a day or something like that. I can tell you exactly what it was. Edit booking. When do I have to pay it? Now cancelable for free until the 17th of January, and I haven't paid anything. It was 88,700 baht for how many days was that? 4 days? Let me see. I think it was 4 nights. 19, 20, 5 nights. So what is that? 80. I'm so bad with 87 divided by 5. 1,750 baht a night. That's a sea view room and breakfast. And it looked like their breakfast was decent. So, anybody know or seen it there? I carry what? I used to carry 3 passports for that reason. One official, one personal, one of the job. Wow. But that's what I got planned. Um, I think, Tommy, I think you said, or Cabo said he was going to be there till the end of January, right? This is the way that I got it, the 19th to the 24th. 19th to the 24th. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might change that. I don't know. But mainly with the stuff there, I don't know. There, nothing's that far that I couldn't take a Bolt for 150, 200 baht, to get one way. So it's not like I'm, even if I drive there, which I still don't know how I'm going to get there. I haven't decided either. But even when I drive there, I don't take my truck out of the parking. Only I drive it in and I drive it out when I'm leaving the hotel. Otherwise, I take a Bolt wherever I'm going. Yeah, unbelievable, right? I mean, and for that room, probably anywhere in the United States is what, 350, at the least, 350 a night with something to eat, maybe without anything to eat. Uh, it's in John Tiem. Okay, so I don't know where Cabo stays. I forget the name. He told me. He sent me a link to the place. I think he stays at this same place every time he goes. But like I said, wherever it is, wherever we're gonna meet up, it can't be that far. And maybe if I'm there for 4 or 5 days, I might rent a scooter. I don't know if I don't take something there. Maybe I'll ride my bike. Nah, my wife will flip out. But I am jonesing for a trip. I'm hoping that was Maui here. I think I said somebody saw him saying hi to. Hi to land. There it is. He's probably gone now. How you doing? I didn't even say hello. Um, but I think your wife was here, and if not, I think she's already went back. Uh, hell, you can't get a La Quinta for that. Yeah, I know. You're probably right. I'm probably way behind the times. That's why people freak out, like my friend that's coming. You know, what for for a bungalow with a private pool? In a four and a half, almost 5-star hotel for 150 a night with breakfast. They're freaking out. I imagine he probably figures he would have been paying 500-600 a night, uh, which usually when he goes someplace, that's probably what he spends, and he spends a crap load of money on wine. So this will be interesting, him trying to get a good bottle of wine in Thailand. Although I found him a couple of places. I should have some shipped here. I've got the one, I forget what the name of it was. Let me go here, go to my bookmarks. I know I just saw it the other day because I had saved it basically for him. Uh, is it down here? Maybe it was this one. Let's see. It didn't work. Let me see. Anyway, it was a. No, that's the wrong one. There's 2 or 3 places here that if you look up, wine sales or something like that, that they'll actually they have an excellent a lot of Australian wines, stuff like that. But they do have stuff from Napa, a lot of stuff. Not it's not cheap, but and they all here it is here I think. No, they do the same thing. What's the matter with me? Yeah, that's it right there. Says it can't be reached. Maybe they went out of business. But anyway, let me see, where am I? Here I am. But you can order stuff. I should order him some and get it here. He'll like that. Plenty of wine in Thailand, but the import, yeah, brutal. Yeah, and that, but he's not going to care. If he has to pay 100, 200 bottles for a bottle, he'll buy it. He's not going to care. He's going to want what he wants. He's on vacation. Yeah, you're saying 100. Yeah, you used to get, like, I used to stay at like the ones that had they actually, their breakfasts got better and better and better. First they were just like continental, but then they would add eggs there, and you can make your own pancakes and waffles. And I think it was like $75 a night for like a Comfort Inn or something like that. And I think those are now a buck and a half or more to stay there. If you're where you can, if you're in the know, you can buy wine wholesale. Oh, really? Yeah, I just got Wine Pro. Is that a website, Mark? Do they have a website? I should buy him some and bring it here. They lowered the wine import, I thought. Maybe. Lowered it what, from 100% to 89? But I don't know, with all this crap going on with all the tariffs and stuff. I still don't know what's going on. I probably don't want to, but I think I will try. Like I said, I was looking over here, and I thought I had two of them. Obviously, that one's no longer in business. Let me see if there's another one here. What is this one? How come I have two of the same things? Two of them that are named the same. One's in Thai and one's in English. So I don't know. Welcome to, what is this one? Service gates, campers. Has to be up here around the same. Sidecars, camping. I don't know. I what I'll do is I'll just get back on Google and punch it in there again. But get them a couple of bottles of wine anyway. Something halfway. Australia got some awesome wines. A lot of people just don't. They think of either France or Italy or Napa, where I live. Man, we have some of the best wines in the world. In the Napa Valley in California. But Australia's no slouch, for sure. Same thing with their beef. Their beef is really good. So I don't know. He's it's going to be interesting. I haven't seen him since my mom passed, a couple of years now. Love him to death. Miss him. I want him to retire because he's my age and he's still, him and his wife. Now his wife's younger by quite a few years, and she's still working too. So every time I try to talk to him at least once or twice a month. But I try to talk him into retiring. Thailand lowered wine import taxes in the early 20s, eliminating import duties and reducing excise tax. Oh, really? Maybe it's not. I haven't tried to buy a bottle of wine in a while. I know when, it's so weird. Are they changing the laws here about buying? I think I heard Chuck saying something about it, or somewhere on the internet, that they're going to get rid of this, time thing. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I can never remember. Not that I got to buy some alcohol. Let me rush away. I just don't drink. I never buy it. But I could probably go into Macro. And does Macro have wine? I'm sure they probably do. I never really went down that beer or wine area there. So, just to get something, if they've got something decent. I wouldn't mind, like I said, I could drink a glass of wine with a hunk of cheddar cheese or something like that, or and a big fat cigar, I'd be in heaven. But I have to eliminate the cigar and maybe it's a little, yeah, cab, it would be all right. But 1 liter. Yeah, and I'm sure that I got to tell him, that he needs to buy whatever, whatever they'll let him bring in, find out from there. Macro has wine. I have to check it out and see if anybody's had any wine, a cab or a Merlot that was halfway decent that they bought at Macro. If they would, let me know the name, but and I'll get taste it and buy some for them. Can buy Australia wine here in 7-Eleven, really? Huh. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Mark. Like I said, I've had quite a few. At one point, between cigars, I had a giant humidor, and then I had a big wine box. I think it held over 100 bottles of wine, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And like I said, this one here, she loved smoking in the house, blow it in my face. She loved the smell of cigars, man, which was all right with me. But, a glass of wine, I never got drunk on wine. Well, I mean, I have in the past, but I would just have maybe one glass, maybe two, some real sharp cheddar, some chunks of that, and a good Maduro cigar, and I was in heaven. And wish I could do that again. But I think if I started on a cigar, I'd be smoking cigarettes within a day. So don't do that. It can be a mix of liquor, wine, beer. So, but I think, like I said, somebody was saying that they were talking about changing that to get rid of that time. You can buy it anytime you want. That could be maybe I'm old. Maybe I didn't hear shit. Maybe I heard what I wanted to hear. I don't know. But, that's what I remember hearing somewhere. So I guess we'll find out. All right. Well, it's been over an hour. I want to thank everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed to what did I say the name of the channel was? Koi Thai Style, all one word. That's a new deal that I'm starting up. And this one's in off of the GottoLoveThailand deal. So I know I won't. Where's it at? How come I can't find it? So I got one video on there. If you would help me out and subscribe to it, I'd appreciate it. Yeah. And I guess that's about it. I'm going to go up here, click my little thing, and get it ready here. And thank everybody. You guys are awesome. If you guys are people that are coming, the new subscribers from Got to Love Thailand, from No Time to Be Sad, Chuck and Paige's channel. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for subscribing. And this is what we do, just talk bullshit here. I'll put up some videos occasionally. And I'm lucky. I'd like to start doing at least one a week. If I can't do one a week, there's something real sad. But anyway, thank you. And thank you all of my subscribers. Alcohol can be sold from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on 180-day trial basis, effective the day after, announced on December 2nd. So alcohol can be sold. So it can be sold for any time of day. Is that what you're saying? Is that the time that it used to be closed, between 2 and 5? I don't know, because I know that they were closed. You couldn't buy it sometimes. But Aaron, I don't. I'm imagining maybe that you could buy it anytime for the next 180 days. Today is the first day. Alcohol can be sold, so it can be sold 24/7 for the next 180 days. Just so I have that I'm understanding this right. Yeah, so I did hear about it. See, I'm not as old as I think, or senile. I might be getting senile. I don't know. But anyway, announced on the 2nd. Okay, so today was the first day, Andrew says. I wouldn't mind having a glass of wine and a gummy and a little cheese. I think I'll have to 86 the cigar thing. Let's see. Correct. That is correct. They are open 24, 20, opening the hours up. Okay. So they used to be closed between 2 and 5, and now they're going to be open the whole time. Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here second. I don't know where you heard it from. I don't know where I think I heard it from Chuck, but I couldn't be, I don't know. Morning lunch, 11 to 2. Now I'm totally confused. You confused me now. You can buy it for the next 180 days, 24 hours a day. No time. Doesn't matter what time. I don't know. I'm confused. Somebody, probably no one's confused except for me, Aaron. I'm probably the only one that's confused. But I just never knew. All I knew is that they were closed sometimes. It was easy for me sometimes because that I knew the time because they put the blanket over them and shit so you can't see it, and I knew that was like never knew what time it was or anything. So, but anyway, going to be Seagrams and stuff. All right, everyone. Let me let's see. I got to come back up here. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I think I was a day off because I golfed yesterday, but I think I'm gonna still try doing the Saturday tie time 8 in the morning and Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, I believe. I hope. Anyway, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you on the next one.